Another day in another practice officially in the books, under the belt for the New York Giants. Malik, Nabers, Wan'Dale Robinson, Jalen Hyatt getting a lot of action today. But overall, guys, it's going to be a tough video, and we're going to break down exactly why in just a second. Before we jump in to all the news, notes, highlights, observations from today's practice. By the way, we have so many highlights from 7-on-7s to 11-on-11s. Everything you guys want to see, we got it all. So make sure you guys stay tuned for a while. I think the first 7 minutes or 6 minutes are all from today. But with that being said, make sure you guys do me a massive favor and go give a follow to all of the Giants media members out there. You're going to see 3 names at the top left of your screen. Do me a favor, because you will not regret it, and go follow them on or X now, I guess. They're going to be covering, all of camp with highlights and news and notes every single day, even before I'm able to post these videos, right? There's also another one, the Giant Take podcast. He does a really good job posting a bunch of clips, so make sure you guys go follow them on X right now. And with that being said, let's kind of dive into the video and talk about it. And you know what? I was going to start it off on a positive note, but I think we should get the bad things out the way first and talk about the Giants offense. Now, this is probably not what you guys want to hear right now, but Daniel Jones had a tough day. And you know what? Having a bad day is okay. It's not the end of the world, but you need to start getting better, improving, and it's not about what Daniel Jones is, it's not about his reading the plays, right? He's making good decisions. It's the accuracy that is really, hurting him, right? He's making the right reads. He's going through the right progressions. But at the end of the day, if you can't put the ball where it needs to be, that is what's going to get you in trouble. Now, today, Daniel Jones was 5 of 13 on day 6. He had a couple of what would be sacks, just holding the ball a little bit too long on some possessions. He had a dropped interception by Nick McLeod, should have been an easy interception, and a couple of PBUs on throws to Malik Nabers, a couple of overthrows, an underthrow, a ball that was swatted at the line of scrimmage. Could have been a pick by Brian Burns. That one should have been an interception as well. Just a really, really tough day for the offense. There was nothing really looking great. Also, something confusing to me and a lot of reporters were the tight ends were blocking the edge rushers, which, guys, if you know what the Giants have here as an edge rusher in Brian Burns and Kayvon Thibodeau, why in the world would you line them up versus tight ends? Offensively, what are we doing? What are we doing, right? There has to be a double team, right? But no, they were just having one-on-ones off the edge, easy pressure, easy sack, easy opportunity for the defense, man, and it was really tough today for the Giants offense. Also saw Javarius Owens get an interception. He has been lights out. He has been absolutely lights out through camp so far. He's a couple of days in a row now with interceptions during practice. I believe yesterday's was deflection. Today's, you'll see in the video, just absolutely jumps it, gets the interception. Beautiful. We saw Dante Johnson get a lot of snaps rotating in with the ones today. A couple of big time plays in the backfield, stopping the running backs. Andrew Thomas is a dog. The Andrew Thomas is actually probably the biggest offensive highlight of today's practice. Now, before we get into that, make sure you guys do me a favor, hit the like button, but more importantly, guys, subscribe to the channel if you're new. It is free, it doesn't cost anything, and we will be covering the Giants throughout the entirety of camp. Everything you guys need to know, we got you guys covered, from training camp practices to preseason football games, live streaming on my Twitch. By the way, you can find a link in the description. And also breaking down film of those preseason games, breaking down the best plays defensively, offensively, in the regular season as well. So make sure you guys join the family, man. We are just getting started. And with that being said, let's kind of dive back into the video. Andrew Thomas has been nasty in one-on-ones. I don't think I've seen this guy lose all year long, whether it's going up against Kayvon Thibodeau, going up against Brian Burns. This dude is just elite during one-on-one, so it's kind of cool to see that. Elijah Chapman also looked good in ones, had a sack versus Aaron Stinney in the team drills as well. So big shout to Elijah Chapman. But overall, guys, we saw a lot of 7-on-7s, 11-on-11 action today. We saw Drew Lock connect with Dante Miller, who's been looking really good. Drew Lock also connect with Daniel Bellinger. We saw Cordell Flott PBU versus Malik Nabers, where Daniel Jones dropped back, looked right through it to the right sideline, and Cordell Flott stretches his arms out, gets his hand into the catch radius of Malik Nabers, and gets a big-time PBU. Drew Phillips looks like he could be a lock to be a starter on this team, whether it be in the slot, the nickel. I mean, this dude, Drew Phillips, nice PBU versus Wan'Dale Robinson. Jones did finally connect to Jalen Hyatt on what seemed to be an out route on the left side of the field. We also saw Daniel Jones roll out and connect with Wan'Dale Robinson on the right corner, bunch of outs. Gunner got a catch from Drew Lock. Daniel Jones incomplete to Darius Slayton. Look left, through left, way behind. Way behind Darius Slayton. Just a poor throw by Daniel Jones. But then it comes back a second later, drops back, flag thrown, looks right, throws right, fires a dot to Darius Slayton, who gets up the field and, makes a nice little play there. We then had a Kayvon Thibodeau, what would have been sack on Daniel Jones, and then the almost interception by Brian Burns. Could have been a double whammy there. Like we said earlier, Javarius Owens jumps a route, gets an interception. That was nice to see. A handoff to Devin Singletary as he fell onto the ground. Nick McLeod, like we said earlier, the almost interception. Nick McLeod's been another guy who's been standing out here for the New York Giants as of late. Really trying to see what he can do. And then we had some 7-on-7s during red zone drill, or 7-on-7 red zone drills. Touchdown to Isaiah McKenzie from Daniel Jones. We had a Jalen Hyatt catch versus Nick McLeod, in not red zone, but kind of near it, very close to it. 7-on-7s, out route, beautiful route, snaps the head, breaks on the route. Actually, good throw by Daniel Jones there. But overall, guys, listen. Not a great practice. Also, another big-time overthrow to Darius Slayton. Oh, they also signed Greg Van Roten, which was interesting today. The guy was really good last year in certain areas with the Las Vegas Raiders. He looks like he could come in here and be a day one starter for them. I'm very excited to see how he fits in because I do think he is a nice little upgrade. Now, guys, we're about to end this video. Not a great practice. Hopefully tomorrow or their next practice is a little bit better. We do know that Brian Burns injured his right ankle in yesterday's practice, but he is okay. Obviously practiced today. And Dexter Lawrence is dealing with an illness. He should be back relatively soon. John Michael Schmitz remains sidelined with a shoulder injury. But overall, guys, good defensive practice here. Offense needs work, needs to be better, needs to not line up tight ends versus Brian Burns and Kayvon Thibodeau. But overall, guys, that's it. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, join the family, turn on post notifications. And, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next Giants update, which should be very soon. Peace.